In this week's Above the Tearline, we thought we would examine the upcoming security requirements for the 66th General Assembly of the United Nations in New York City. Most people don't realize the sheer scope of agents that are required to protect the host of foreign leaders that travel to New York City for the United Nations. Arriving at the UN and afforded U.S. government protection are anywhere in the numbers of 30 to 40 foreign ministers that are protected by the State Department Diplomatic Security Service, 40 to 50 foreign heads of state that are protected by the U.S. Secret Service. Along with the various foreign ministers and dignitaries and heads of state will be foreign security that is integrated into the protection teams of the State Department and the U.S. Secret Service. One of the unique aspects of the United Nations is that once a protectee is inside the building, the protection for that VIP becomes the responsibility of United Nations security. Behind the scenes, many weeks ahead of time, intelligence analysts from the State Department and the Secret Service are putting together a risk matrix assessing the threat level for each protectee. And usually those protection levels are broken down to low, medium, and high. For example, the foreign minister of Fiji would have a much lower threat level than the foreign minister of Iran. The complexity of all the movements of the various delegations are really a work of art behind the scenes. If you think of a large delegation that may have a president, a foreign minister, and a defense minister, all these schedules are married up and resources are leveraged as you try to look at the schedules and figure out what venues and meetings and off-site locations need to be screened and locked down from a security perspective. One of the unique challenges as well is the visit of the President of the United States. In essence, Manhattan is gridlocked and locked down while the President comes in and out for the UN General Assembly speech. The range of issues from the UN General Assembly to the 9/11 anniversary to the current threat environment presents a perfect storm for protective security. Crowd control becomes a very important issue at the United Nations, and no one does it better than the New York City Police Department. They have a special unit that coordinates and monitors and keeps tabs on all the protesters, and they can add resources to any venue site very rapidly as needed. The above the Tearline aspect with this video is that despite all the costs involved to provide a safe and secure environment for the UN every year, there is a tremendous side benefit. There's a treasure trove of intelligence that can be gleaned from observing the diplomats as they engage with their counterparts from many countries off-site at restaurants and in cocktail parties, as well as their sidebar trips around the country to give speeches and visits to places as you never expected them to go. So in essence, your ability to observe this is a wonderful intelligence opportunity for the United States government.